Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I decided to do something from one of my favorite YouTubers. She had her own recipe for green beans, and I decided to give it a try and record it. So that's what we're doing today. So as you can see, you're going to need an assortment of bell peppers. I used red, yellow, and green, and then you'll need an onion as well. And right now I am just cutting them open so that I can get the seeds out and, you know, clean them up and get ready to chop them up. Once I get them all washed off, I am going to start chopping them. I'm chopping them long ways and then cutting them in half. You can chop them however you want. I'm actually using the cut green beans, whereas in BLoves recipe, she used the full-length green beans. I couldn't find anywhere I had went to get my ingredients, so I just used what I could find, and you'll see me cutting them in half. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just didn't want them longer than my green beans. So I'm going to be cutting up all of my peppers, and then I'll be cutting up my onion so we can add it to the pan. Once you're done with your peppers, you can chop up your onion. And as you're doing your onion, at the last of it, you can go ahead and start heating up about, I think it's like 6 tablespoons of butter. I have the ingredients listed, but go ahead and heat them up and melt the butter. That way you can add your onions and peppers to the pan to kind of saute and get soft before you add your green beans in. You can add them in, the butter doesn't have to be completely melted. I just waited because I had gotten sidetracked, but you can add them in before the butter is fully melted. It doesn't make much of a difference. But you're just going to cook these down until they're soft. Not fully soft, but you know, softer than what they are, of course, fresh. You can add your seasonings before or after the green beans. I guess it really doesn't matter, because if you need to add more, you can. To the peppers, you're going to add in chicken broth or stock. It doesn't have to be fat-free. That's just what I had on hand. I actually prefer low sodium, but I didn't have that. So you're going to use a whole quart of that, depending on how much green beans you're trying to make. I'm making this for a family function, so I'm making a lot. And then you're going to go ahead and start adding in your seasonings. So these are the seasonings that she used. I just kind of altered the quantity. So it's about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of black pepper, about 2 tablespoons of onion powder and garlic powder. And again, you can alter these to your liking. This is just how I made mine, and it turned out really good. Then you're going to add about a tablespoon or so of crushed red pepper. I didn't want a whole lot of spice because kids will be eating this. I don't even think that was a tablespoon, more like a teaspoon. And then 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. I like the taste of it. And then you will add in about a tablespoon or maybe a little less of cayenne pepper. You can add more or less depending on what you like. Like I said, these were going to be eaten by children, so I didn't want to make it too spicy. But you will be adding in brown sugar later on to kind of alter the spiciness of it. I also added in some accent seasoning that just kind of brings out the flavor of things, in my opinion. You don't have to use it, but I like it in my food. Mix it all up. And then you're going to put the lid on and cook these down a little bit before you add your green beans. Once you have them soft, just kind of make sure that everything kind of blended in, and then you'll add your green beans. Like I said, I had the cut green beans. You can add any kind that you like. I was trying to find the full length, but I could not find them, so this is what I'm using. I actually ended up having to move these to a bigger pan, so you'll see that here in a minute. It's going to be in a bigger pan because they didn't all fit in this one. I don't know what I was thinking. As you can see, I can't even mix them. Too many green beans and not big enough. Too many green beans and not a big enough pan. So move them to a different pan. Now I'm just mixing it all together. You can add in a little bit more seasoning if you like. I didn't taste it just yet at this time. I'm about to add in the brown sugar and the balsamic vinegar. I used about the same quantity that Blove did in her recipe. I think I can't remember if I put the measurements or not, but it's probably, I would say, about a cup and a fourth of brown sugar, if that. I did end up adding more brown sugar, so probably about a cup and a fourth cup. And then about, I want to say maybe a half cup of balsamic vinegar. And you can taste it and kind of see if that is good for you. You can also alter the quantity like I did. Like I said, I ended up adding more brown sugar because it was a little bit too spicy, and I was taking this to a family function, so I didn't want it to be too spicy. Before I even started the green beans, I had started on some smoked turkey legs. And basically what I did was I just put them in a pan and kind of boiled them down until they were really soft so I could just take them off the bone. The ones I had got were already smoked, and so they already had the flavor, so I didn't need any seasoning. You can add seasoning if you want though. So basically here I'm just peeling it up to put into the green beans. You can use any type of meat you want. This is just what I used, or what she used. So I decided to use the same. But you can use ham too, which is actually what I was going to do before I found these on sale. Any flavor really goes good. Even bacon goes good with green beans, in my opinion. But this added a lot of flavor. I actually enjoyed it. I'm glad that I saw her recipe of this because it was really, really good. And it was a big hit at the family function. So now you're going to add in that smoked turkey to your green beans. Mix it all up. Add in anything else that you think you may need. And you're going to cook that on low for about an hour and a half or so until the green beans are fully soft and done. Like I said, you can adjust the tasting to your liking, but it was really good the way I made it, and I liked it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.